Well, Samoa. Who would have thought that they would have a chance at redemption, a shot at revenge, because this weekend on Sunday morning, they take on England. It was 5 weeks ago. England put 60 points on Samoa, and they were embarrassed. Everyone was calling for the head, including me. I'll put my hand up. But I'm back on the bandwagon now, baby. I tipped them to make a final for a reason. And since that loss to England, they have shown me why. Despite probably having the biggest injury toll, they knocked off Tonga in the best game of the tournament. And they now have a chance to rewrite their biggest loss in history. So it's going to be awesome. It's going to be hectic, guys. We're going to be previewing the match. Who's going to win? How does Samoa beat England? And how does England beat Samoa? So smash that like button. I want you to George to fill that like button, baby. Smash the hell out of it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You don't want to be the only footy fan who's not subscribed to the Paddy G YouTube channel. And of course, leave a comment down below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? And who do you think is going to win? Who's your man of the match? Let me know in that comment section down below. I'm still quite crook. Apologies for the voice. A few, not many complaints, actually. You guys are kind of legends. Not really many complaints in the last video, but I'll try my best to make this one sound like I'm not actually dying. But let's get straight into the video. I don't think any nation this World Cup has gotten behind their country just as much as the Samoans did. They have full faith in the world and they're looking for revenge against this England side in their own backyard. So it's going to be one hell of a match. How does Samoa beat England? Samoa, sorry. I'm still trying to get that through me thick head. But I think the best chance Samoa have of beating England is Jarome Luai. He has been absolutely outstanding since they took that loss in the first game. I said after that game that Luai had to become more of the 7 and let Milford become the 6. And I think in that second game where they absolutely smashed the hell out of Greece, I think they've done that, Samoa. I think Luai has definitely become the main playmaker, and that's what I like to see. Milford, we've seen him be tried at halfback so many times, it hasn't worked. Whereas Luai, he's been able to stand up in games without Cleary, apologies for the testy pop, and really has shined. I mean, everyone hates him, but I don't know why. He's just trying to be a daddy, and that's a good thing. He got absolutely rinsed after the last time these two sides played, and, you know, fairly so, I guess. The Parramatta fans wanted something to get revenge on, and they got it. But Jarome Luai has made every country his daddy, including Tonga since, and I think he wants daddy to get some revenge on England. Luai has to be at a 9 out of 10 for Samoa to have any chance. And I think the spine is where Samoa has their best chance of matching up against England. I mean, Wellesby, Williams, Tompkins, and then I would even say that Radley's probably the key in the middle there over the current dummy half, who I'm not even going to try and say his last name because I've got ethics, and I'm sorry, mate. But, you know, when you compare that to Levi, Milford, Luai, and Suoli'i, I mean, I give the edge to England overall, but I reckon Luai does Wellesby or Williams. I think he's the best half on the field, and I also think that Suoli'i can hang with Tompkins. I think Radley obviously beats Levi. I mean, from what I've seen of McIlroy, I'm sorry if I'm butchering that. I probably am. I haven't been watching many of the games live, guys, so I haven't been really listening to the commentary, but you know, him and Levi kind of like for like. I think Radley puts them over in terms of the middle, and I think Radley has been playing dummy half in some cases. And then I think Milford's probably the weakest half of the 4 on the field. So, Luai, he's the key for Samoa. If Luai doesn't play well, then England have all the chance in the world. Samoa have no chance if Luai isn't the best half on the field. The key for Samoa, and they didn't do this last time against England, but they've done it in pretty much every game since, they have to start the sets well. Suoli'i, Brian To'o, and Taylor May, arguably the best kick-returning back 3 in the 4 nations. You could make the argument. They have been sensational because while they have I'm so sorry, Samoa. Bolo and Papali'i, they have been really lackluster, the Samoan forward pack. I know they've had some injuries. They obviously lost Josh Alloway and they've been switching it around, but their forwards have just not performed, and it's been these 3 that have been able to. When we talk about starting the march up the field, it's these 3 that have been starting that, and then it gives the forwards a platform to then continue to march up the field. That's how good these back three have been. They're arguably new forwards, and it's the way the game is going, but no one does it like Samoa. To'o, Suoli'i, they had probably the worst games of their careers against England, and it showed because they weren't able to set a platform for their forwards, and their forwards were absolutely manhandled. So sort of the Luai situation. If these three, or at least like two of these three, don't stand up, then Samoa have no chance because they kind of have to lay a platform for their forwards. I know forwards have to lay a platform, and the best forwards in the world, Barlow or Papali'i, could have really just one great run and it could flip a set around. But if those three can put the English, the Pommy forwards on the back foot, then that's when the Samoan forward pack can shine. They have to make it gritty. If you said to me pre-World Cup, and I probably said this in my predictions video, what was Samoa's key strength? It would have been scoring points and running down that left side. That has completely changed. Samoa's best shot is making this game gritty, making it low scoring and being physical, getting up in their faces, matching England in the middle, and then using their strike out wide. They can't let England score more than 20 points. If England are up by even 12 at halftime, considering how easy their run's been compared to Samoa's crazy game against Tonga and how much that's going to take it out of them, then you can probably put your house on England to go win it from there. But Samoa, if they can keep it tidy, keep England to under 20 points and keep the game close, I back Luai to make the game-breaking play. Get your back three, your Taylor Mays, your Brian Toes, Joseph Suoli'i, to get on, to lay the platform for your forwards, then use Luai to the left, use Milford to the right. You got Sua outside of Milford. That right side is dangerous as all hell. I know they've got Milford over there, but he's got the tools outside of him. Luai's dangerous enough on the left, and Tim Lafai, what a World Cup he is having. Bring him back to the NRL, please. But that is how Samoa can beat England in a nutshell. Start with the back three, lay a platform, and then let your boy Jerome Luai and Joseph Suoli'i do the best. Keep it tight, match him in the forward pack as much as you can, because if you give England a sniff, they're going to run away with it. England have been the form team of the World Cup so far. They play fast, they throw the ball around, because Victor Radley may just be the best player in this World Cup so far. He is creating so much space for Williams, for Wellesby, and I think he's going to be seeing the Super League clubs are going to adopt what Radley's been doing for England, because he has been the absolute difference. And then outside of Wellesby and Williams, who have been outstanding, you've got arguably the best back row combination in the competition. Elliot Whitehead, who is looking like his old self, and Johnny Bateman, who hasn't been as good as Whitehead, but we all know what Johnny Bateman can do. I think, honestly, England need to focus, like I said for Samoa, what their keys are Luai and their back three. If Samoa can force Milford to be the key playmaker by locking down Luai, and they can win those first two tackles, then we could see another 60-point smashing. It's honestly that simple. I mean, England, they've been the form team. I'm saying that. I didn't even have England getting first in their own group in their own World Cup, because I didn't watch the Super League and I was kind of being biased. But still, it's so easy for England to win this, I reckon. Like, obviously, and not out on the field, because God help forbid trying to tackle Suoli'i and Brian To'o. But in theory, force Milford to be the key playmaker. They did that in the first game. They just shut down Luai all day, and they focused on dominating To'o and dominating Suoli'i. Suoli'i had probably the worst game I think I've seen from him. Granted, it's a small sample size, and his worst is like a 7 out of 10 in the NRL. But he had way too many errors, and To'o, while he was solid's not good enough for To'o. We all know how good To'o is. He's the best winger in the competition, maybe outside of the Fox. But if England can just do what they did in game one, then it's going to work for them. Obviously, Samoa are going to change their pattern. They didn't have Taylor May last time, and I think that's going to be a huge difference for him. But what is my prediction? What does the Ranger think is going to happen? I would love to sit here, and I would love to say that Samoa would win, because honestly, outside of Australia, I think they're my team. I mean, I love Josh Alloway and I love Josh Schuster. I love Kula and Olakau'atu as well, but I'm just leaning towards Samoa. I think it's because everyone knows how much of a dick rider I am for Luai, but I predicted them to be in the final, and I would love to see them make it there. And you know what? If they make the final, I'm going to brag to all hell. But I think England win. I don't think they put 60 on them. I think Samoa have found what it takes to win. But I just reckon that it's going to be a lot easier for England to beat Samoa than Samoa's going to need to beat England. Does that make sense? Probably not. But my prediction is I think England are going to win by 8. And I think that man, Victor Radley, gets man of the match. Like I said, Samoa have to match England in the forward pack because England's forward pack has been absolutely incredible. And Radley's been the key to that. He's been carving teams through the middle and he's been creating space out wide. I think Radley leads the English forward pack and he's a key reason why they get the win. But guys, there it is. My England versus Samoa preview. Hopefully I wasn't too sick. But guys, let me know in that comment section. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What is your score prediction? Who do you think is going to be making the final? Predict the other game. What is your final prediction? Because we've covered both semi-finals now. I've got Australia versus England. Kind of boring. I hope there's an upset. Which is why I want Samoa to win. Because I don't want New Zealand to win. I want Australia Samoa because that would make me an absolute genius. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Guys, you don't want to be that one guy who when you're talking to the footy at your local going or on the tradie site going, man, Paddy G, he's awesome, isn't he? And then the other guy goes, who's that? You don't want to be that guy. You don't want to be that guy. So make sure you are subscribed. Comment down below. Smash that like button. George Defoe it, baby. George Defoe that like button. Treat that like button like it's Cameron Munster. Let me know. You know what? I'm just going to shut up now. I think I've said each of the three things like 50 times. Follow me on Instagram. There's a new one. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all your support. The Rugby League World Cup's going to be done in a week. And I'll be 21. I'm going to die soon. I'll see you guys in the next one.